life in Japan continues. This time I started with visiting Osaka. The bright neon signs that characterize the Dotonbori district of the city crowd of the people in one of the most electric and vibrant locations of Japan. Funnily enough, I avoided this place first 2 times I visited Japan, but more on that later in the video. I started with trying takoyaki at what I think is supposed to be the non-tourist spot of the city, as the neighboring takoyaki clearly is more vicious and expensive, as you can tell from this daunting and striking samurai figure. Time to takoyaki party. The technique for preparing the takoyaki is mesmerizing, using mere chopsticks to flip the octopus cheese balls on these hot pans with molds of the circular juicy goodness that I soon devour on screen for your entertainment. Here, donkey is held hostage by the old bearded man, while the Don Quixote sign is a sight striking in and of itself. Walking along the river, I suddenly stumbled upon a person dressed up in a furry suit, dancing along to Rick Astley's Rick-rolling masterpiece Never Gonna Give You Up, which I had to censor for obvious reasons. Heading to the back streets, there are ample of restaurants around. I tried a Katsudon restaurant. Before turning in for the night, I spent some time listening to this girl singing her music on the bridge, amassing quite a large audience. The following day, I started by venturing to one of Osaka's famous tourist attractions, the Osaka Castle. Though not as historically impressive as a Meiji Castle, Osaka Castle still remains daunting with its large stature and overhanging presence from its steep walls that seem to be ready to almost fall over on you. Though beautiful in and of itself, the castle lies within the Castle Gardens, which boasts a stunningly beautiful moat, where you can take a boat tour ride along and see the view from the water. The Castle Gardens are said to be a favorite spot for sakura viewing during cherry blossom season, and I would love to return here again the next time. The next place I visited during the day was the Shitennoji Temple. Shitennoji is known as the oldest officially administered Buddhist temple in Japan, at least according to Osaka locals. However, there does seem to be another temple called Asukadera, built just a few years before in Nara, which is technically cited as the first larger temple. This is a pretty cool Shitennoji temple, but kind of small, honestly. You can see like the big tower here at the top. This ground is like super wide. It is super empty right now. I mean, it is a Monday at like, I don't know, 1 or 2 p.m. or something, but really cool. After that, I decided to go to the Tsutenkaku Tower to get a better view from higher up of the city. The Shinsekai district it is located in boasts plenty of restaurants and stores and is visually stunning. The building is known as a gateway to heaven, which given the fantastic view from here I completely agree with. Osaka feels like a more condensed, energetic and pulsating city, where the locals are more extroverted and talkative than Tokyo. I started talking to a few locals who were standing next to me. Again, I was focusing on being present in the moment and being myself. I was happy that I decided to talk with them, as I swiftly made 2 new friends. They were going to the tallest building in Osaka, Abeno Harukas, which stands 300 meters tall. They invited me to go with them. The view from the garden terrace was fantastic, along with a cool garden with these ball decorations. Some people that I met in Tokyo that work in Osaka told me to not visit Osaka on my first trip there. I wondered why, and they said that they only work there, and in the nighttime, they go back to Tokyo. However, I'm glad that I ended up coming to Osaka, as I really love the city and the people. The next day, I decided to go to Kyoto. I started with going to Kinkaku-ji. The entry ticket was really cool, by the way. The temple sits on the Kinkaku-ji, also known as the Mirror Pond. The temple itself holds a large amount of gold leaf and is estimated around 20 kilograms in total weight, which, given how gold prices have soared, would roughly equate to $3.2 million at the time of making this video. The temple grounds also hold a small Shinto shrine, beautiful staircases, small waterfalls, and a place to toss coins for a wish, if you land the shot. Or not, I guess. The things I experienced in Osaka and Kyoto reminded me of the importance to be yourself. In a technological world where we are constantly fed the opinions of other people, it's good to take a step back and focus on doing what we like, despite it maybe not being the coolest thing. This store sort of reminded me of Bilbo's door in Bag End. It's a pretty cool temple. It was actually really short. I wasn't expecting it to be this short. It's supposed to be much prettier also in autumn, which is supposed to start now, but I think it's 1 or 2 weeks out before all the leaves get red.
A mí me gusta mucho la cultura japonesa y pienso que también es más fácil.
Finally, I decided to visit the Imperial Palace, standing in the Imperial Palace Gardens. This is the new carriage porch, located next to the Moonflower Gate, which peeks into the Shishenden grounds, the throne hall where the emperor held major events. The gates to the Imperial Palace Gardens were built with massive overhangs and no gutters to ensure that Kyoto's heavy rains would not rot away the ancient wood. The roofs of the Saryodan, the emperor's actual residence, consists of thousands of layers of thin bark from 80-year-old hinoki cypress trees, which, as there are no nails, act like a natural sponge for water, similar to the roof of the gates. The beautiful garden lake in the back of the palace gardens felt serene, and the nature and wildlife were stunning. Osaka and Kyoto showed me more of that tranquility of Japan, which I even felt in Tokyo, as I mentioned in my last video. One of the main reasons I made the choice of moving to this country